Happily ever after. We all know the phrase, sure, but have you ever asked yourself what happens when the story ends? Surely their lives continued on, right? Barnaby Jones pulled a watch from his inner pocket, checking the time. 11:59. Any minute now, he thought. He replaced the watch, then went back to idly drumming his fingers on the large metal table sitting before him. He'd noticed earlier that it had been bolted to the floor, but he'd long given up on attempting to understand celebrities and their dalliances with whimsy. Besides, he had been with the agency for nearly 2 years now. Very little surprised him anymore. "Move it, 309, boomed a voice just beyond the door. The door opened and as 12 o'clock shuffled into the room. He was wearing a bright orange jumper and matching bracelets on each wrist. His hair was tastefully tousled, and his bodyguard was just large enough to inspire a level of caution towards any overly aggressive fan. 15 minutes, 309, the large man said, forcefully closing the door as he departed. Such an odd nickname, Barnaby thought. But celebrities and their whimsies. Barnaby stood, gesturing towards the chair across from him. Please, sit. I'm so thrilled for this opportunity." The man raised an eyebrow, then shrugged. He shuffled towards the chair, plopping himself down heavily. "And just who are you exactly?" he asked. "Oh, my, where are my manners? Barnaby Jones. I'm with the Happily Agency. I'm just following up on how your Ever After is coming along." "My what?" "Sorry, I know. Obviously you're doing great. I mean, this castle is huge," Barnaby said, gesturing about. "The agency just likes to follow up. Godmother only knows why. Anyway, I just have a few questions and then I'll be out of your hair." "You know who did this to me?" the man asked, a hint of challenge in his voice. "Me? No, not personally. But how cool would that be, meeting one of the godmothers?" Barnaby released a wistful sigh. "Perhaps one day. Anyway, enough about me. We're here to talk about you, Jack." "Can I call you Jack?" "You son of a—" Jack lunged forward, grasping Barnaby by the neck. "Sorry," Barnaby choked, when Jack's bodyguard burst through the door. 309, the man snapped, causing Jack to abruptly release his grip on Barnaby's neck. "Do we have a problem here?" Jack stared at the large man with flat eyes. "No," he said eventually. "No problem here." "Good. 10 more minutes, 309. Then it's back to your castle." The large man barked a laugh as he slammed the door closed once more. "Jack, I mean Mr. Jacobs, please forgive my insolence. I should have not been so presumptuous in assuming we were on a first-name basis." Jack slumped into the chair, weightedly dropping his hands on the table. "Those are really nice bracelets," Barnaby offered, hoping to appeal to the man's sense of fashion in order to salvage the interview. "Are they platinum?" "Yeah, sure. Why not?" Jack said. "What do you want?" Barnaby smiled. "I just have a few questions, then I'll be out of your hair." "Did the Happily Agency overperform when helping you reach your Ever After?" "No," Jack spat. "Perfect. Just enough then. Perfect. How is any of this perfect?" Jack asked, gesturing with his bracelets. Barnaby smiled nervously, unsure of how to answer lest he offend a celebrity in their fashion choices. Better change the subject quick, he thought. "Was your Ever After everything you wanted and more?" "You can't be serious," Jack said. You people did this to me, and now you have the audacity to ask me how things are going? I mean, seriously, who in their right mind gives magic beans to a 16-year-old boy? What did you think was going to happen?" Barnaby smiled with relief. Thankfully, he knew this answer easily enough. "The Happily Agency doesn't have to think, Mr. Jacobs. It simply acts in accordance with the universe's one rule. Every after always ends happily." "Are you insane? Tell me, what part of being convicted of giant-side is happy?" "Oh, I know. Maybe it was when they added an additional 3 life sentences for kidnapping a goose with the intent to distribute." "So, would you say that's what you wanted, or was that more than what you wanted?" "None of this is what I wanted. We were poor. I was just trying to help my family. I never intended for the man to fall. I just panicked. What was I supposed to do, huh?" Jack collapsed onto the table, sobbing. "I was only 16, he breathed. "Let's go, 309. Time's up." Barnaby stepped into his carriage, unable to shake the sense of melancholy that he now felt. Sure, it was great to meet celebrities and all, but he couldn't help but feel left out. Was it too much to ask for his own Ever After from the Happily Agency? He sighed. A boy can dream, I suppose. Oh well, there's always next year. Perhaps you're asking yourself what any of this has to do with red beans and rice. Everything? Nothing? I don't know. Who knows, really? All I can say for certain is that this recipe is better than any fairy tale. I mean, come on. Would I lie to you?